Are you wanting to start your hedgehog on a more species-appropriate diet? If you've done any reading on hedgehogs, you may know that they need insects. But did you know that they also thrive on meat? In the wild, hedgehogs have been observed eating raw flesh off of whole prey and even eggs. Today, I'm going to show you a simple hedgehog meal prep that will make feeding them fun and healthy for your hedgehog, as it gives them a lot of variety in their diet. If you want to learn more about the ancestral diet of your dog, cat, ferret, or hedgehog, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content on raw feeding. I buy live bugs from my local reptile store and freeze them myself so they're fresh, but also unable to crawl out of the cage. Waxworms I keep in the fridge as they don't move around much. I also thaw his pre-made raw. I currently feed the Primal Starter Variety Pack for cats that has pork, beef, chicken, turkey, and salmon formulas. Primal contains other ingredients like fruits and some veggies, which I don't actually think is optimal for cats as they're obligate carnivores, but it's appropriate for hedgehogs. I also give him whole prey 1 to 3 times a week for mental enrichment. Most of the time I feed pinky mice as they're readily available, and I got these from my local reptile store as well. I saved little sauce containers from various food establishments and used these as his meal prep containers. They're the perfect size for his meals. Quilson does have a high-quality cat kibble in his cage at all times because sometimes he can be picky, even with bugs, and I want to make sure there's always something in his cage that he has available to eat. Each day I try to give him a variety of bugs to ensure he gets his daily allowance of protein, fat, and fiber. This week I have mealworms, waxworms, dubia roaches, crickets, and grasshoppers. Hedgehogs require a relatively high protein and fiber content. Live, non-dried insects have a fiber content between 1 to 5% and a wide range of protein content between 9 to 65%. Fat is also necessary for energy, but because hedgehogs are prone to becoming overweight, the amount to feed is dependent on your hedgehog. Here's a chart I made of common bugs you can feed your hedgehog along with their average nutritional content. As you can see, silkworms and dubia roaches are high in protein, while waxworms, superworms, and mealworms are high in fat. If your hedgehog is overweight, I would refrain from feeding much of these fattier bugs. Unfortunately, the recommended percentages of the protein, fat, and fiber content you generally see for hedgehogs relates to their kibble, so I try to reference studies done on wild hedgehogs and what all was found in the guts when dissected. How many bugs to feed is dependent on your hedgehog's weight and activity level. While feeding kibble or raw as well, try 3 to 4 soft-bodied insects plus a roach, or 3 medium-sized larger insects per day and switch it up for variety. You may be able to get away with feeding more depending on their metabolism. Monitoring your hedgehog's weight will determine if you need to cut back or swap out bugs. I then add in some pre-made raw to every other container because, again, some nights he will eat it and then some nights I'll find it sitting in the bowl untouched. He's always been picky, so hopefully you have some more luck with your hedgehog. I cooked up some egg and added these into the bowls that didn't contain raw. I cooked it so it's a little less messy and more palatable for him. To top it off, I added in a few pinky mice throughout the week. Chewing raw bone helps clean your hedgehog's teeth and is mentally stimulating. I often sprinkle more bugs in his rummage box so he can hunt during the night. I want to create an environment for him that mimics what he would be doing out in the wild as best as I can, so I highly suggest getting your hedgie a rummage box as well. Such a super simple prep compared to my cat, dog, and ferret. I don't often prep for Quilson, I just put the bugs and raw out each night, but this was a fun idea and hopefully helped you get some ideas on how to feed your hedgehog a more species-appropriate diet. If you want to learn more about the hedgehog diet, check this video out.